Débora Prieto, you came to Guatemala and you implement tools that at the leading edge of education, almost like utopia, that a teacher have all those tools because they are so essential, they're so important.
I was ordained by Gempo Rossi in July of this year, and I'm very proud of being part of the lineage. We use the Mick Quinn process. I was training with Rossi, and it worked really great. I mean, it's amazing how the children had the capacity of getting in voices that the adults don't. It's a lot easier for them because they are not so conditioned, they are not so, tied or stuck in ideas or concepts that what a voice is.
You called the voice big mind.
Is that part of the self that is already free, is the source, basically. There is nothing to be afraid of. There is nothing that makes me suffer. There is nothing I'm missing or I'm lacking. There is nothing I desire, because I'm fully complete and satisfied, and I'm just being.
So now you are in a place like Guatemala, which is totally different culture, and you have those tools, and then what?
Okay. Before that, I have many conversations with Jeff Carrera, because besides being the director of education for Enlightened Next, so he guided me. That's how it began. Then is when I was invited to introduce to the Esther philosophy. So I called Gempo Rossi, of course. And the whole thing began there. Now what I'm doing the most is dedicating to social work, because there is a lot of need for advice to the families.
In order to understand those in another color, in another level of development, you need also to understand where they are. You need to understand how they see the world.
Yeah, I mean, and that's another thing that I learned when I came here. And the first time I went, to really deal with the people in here, I feel like an idiot. Because it was like, I didn't know how to apply all of that. We forget about what is behind. And the whole thing is about transcend and include. And that means to really embody that we are also in survival mode. We are also egocentric. We are also ethnocentric. We are also world-centric. Even if we think we are in cosmocentric. So to me, how I felt, it was like, having a laboratory, which is full of tools, very fancy, with very big names, with very fancy names. But I didn't know how to build anything in that laboratory because I never actually got to use them. So this is the difference between being a thinker and actually to embody the whole spiral, in which you actually have to get to use the tools.
Now you are having one class or a group, your group, that you come to them every week and you follow up and develop together?
In a class you can have 10 years old, and the other one might be 20 years old, because it's a very special school for kids who never were in school before. So depending on the level, we put them regardless of their age. I do philosophy every week with the older ones, the ones who are going to leave the school now, to go to high school, which are the ones that I'm more interested in sponsoring and looking for sponsors right now.
You give the opportunity to people to sponsor those students and help them to continue?
Yes. We try to provide them the price to pay for the school where they want to go, and then we look for sponsors. So those are kids with whom I'm studying, I'm doing the philosophy class and also the meditation class. And for instance, be in mind, if there is a problem of discipline, I just call the voice of the student and the teacher, I call the voice of the director in themselves. And they get to see life from a different perspective. It's a problem of discipline, and the director tells to them something. and they get rebel because, you know, they don't like that. So I give them the voice of the director, and they become the director.
And how does it go? You are teaching them philosophy and you're teaching them meditation. You were just saying it like this. These are big things. Meditation. How does it work?
It happened after a philosophy class.
Uh-huh.
We were studying the ethics. No, what was it was the concept of freedom of the Greeks.
This is a class in Guatemala with kids who were never in school, and they are learning about the concept of freedom.
After we gave the theory, I just called the voice of the one who knows what freedom is, and then I called the voice of the one who is completely free.
Could they find this voice inside them?
They are great with the voices. I mean,
Wow.
It was like a completely different perspective. The first one, for instance, I mean, they will like kill to defend their concept, you know, like, and they realized that they actually weren't free. They just had a concept of freedom that was actually getting them stuck in trying to protect that concept.
Yeah, of course.
Could experience freedom because it was like so important to be right that they couldn't be free. Actually. And this is what they say after that. It's not, I'm not making it up right now, but they realize that you can be free even within rules, even within a school, even within a position of peace, of calmness. So I said, okay, who wants to do meditation? Why don't we start doing a meditation practice? And everybody raised their hands, but with no doubt, with no hesitation. They are still. They don't move. They don't swell. They don't. They just stay. What is going on in their minds? I don't know. It might be busy. It might not. But
It doesn't matter.
They can control the body. They don't move. They just don't move. And that's beautiful. They are starting to practice at home. I didn't tell them to sit at home. They are doing it on their own. So it's being amazing.
It is showing what is this leading to. It's not only these kids. Is they go home and they meditate, and then it's the mother around, the brothers, the sisters, the father, and the whole village, the whole city.
They didn't know how busy their mind was until they sat. And they asked me, well, my mind is busier. I said, no, it's not busier. But now you are actually looking at it and being aware of how busy it is. And I use the voice of the witness because somebody say me, okay, I just get attached to the thoughts and whatever. And I say, and it's called the voice of the witness. Say, okay, so who am I talking to? And he was like, the witness, okay. So what's your job? Well, it's to observe. Okay. Now, it is your job to do something about it. No, it's just to observe. Okay. It is your job to get attached to anything. No, it is just to observe. It is your job to have preferences. No, it is just to observe. Okay, so just sit as the witness. And whatever arises, you just witness it.
Wonderful.
To me, the most important is that they actually get to be fully functioning human beings, and they actually get to experience what that means, and to bring it to their country, to bring it to their culture, to bring it to their politics, to their laws, to their education, and to everything.
I think it is so nice. It's because what you're doing is so advanced and so leading edge. Those who will sponsor this work will also have the privilege and chance to evolve together with the project and with the children, and it's like all good for everybody.